Is higher education in Colombia being negatively affected by a reform to Law 30 of 1992? The reform to Law 30 that was proposed 1.5 years ago by the Colombian National Ministry of Education could cause a lot of problems to our country's higher education system. First, because of the higher investment in security, education has been considered a secondary priority. Moreover, changes in financial matters and universities' autonomy would affect the quality of education. Finally, due to private sector investment in education, tuition will increase. That is why I strongly agree that this reform cannot be performed. Colombian higher education is under international standards because the government has considered investment in education a secondary priority while it prefers to invest in security. In fact, the Colombian government must not only to consider higher education as a possibility to increase or improve its economy, but it also needs to see investment in education as the most important priority of the country. If the government of Colombia considers improving the quality of education by investing in it, raising economic support to autonomous public institutions, then the development of the country is going to happen faster and safer. For as I said before, it helps to increase economy as well. Education should be considered a priority for the government because it is a way to contribute with economic development. Main has pointed out that the changes on financial matters that the reform wanted would not affect universities' autonomy, but actually that is not true. Indeed, private investment in education would change significantly universities' autonomy because universities will have to perform only activities that are convenient for the private sector and to forget about public proposals. Therefore, some people have rejected that by saying that most of those changes, especially those touching on financial matters and university autonomy, do not help improve the quality of education nor the lives of Colombians. In other words, while the man states that this reform would guarantee autonomous principles in universities, many citizens disagree because the arrival of private sector in education would regulate their actions. In addition, education is a right, not a business. That is why there are some consequences that the arrival of the private sector in education would bring, especially the price of tuition. In fact, according to Sergio Fajardo, not even having a market study justifies the existence of private agents entering the public education business. It is true that if education is not financed by the public sector, tuition would increase because we are not going to use public resources. In fact, education is a right for everybody, not a business, and it is also the government's responsibility to guarantee it. If we were really a democratic nation, we can state our position demonstrating that the reform is not possible to do because it would bring us many problems. Since investment in security is higher, education is not going to be supported properly, and that's why quality becomes lower. The reform does not guarantee the continuation of education because if Law 30 is reformed, the most important thing will be to generate dividends that justify private investment. Notwithstanding how many people are left without higher education, the nation must consider the point of view of the citizens who defend the right to have public education.